And I can't speak highly enough about TIQ, Trade and Investment Queensland, and Austrade. But you've got to approach them. You've got to go to them and tell them your story so that they can then use their megaphone and get it out to your customers as well.
I'm Ananya Dhyani, joined today by David Smith, CEO and co-founder of Ceres Tag, a Brisbane-based AgTech company focused on providing livestock producers better access to data-driven and decision-making technologies across the world. Welcome, David.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
Let's look into Ceres Tag.
Ceres Tag is a world-first direct-to-satellite smart ear tag for livestock, monitoring individual animal welfare, behaviour, and traceability and provenance. Ceres Tag is going to allow people to move to a level of precision animal management that they've previously never experienced. We're going to have access to data that previously has been the realm of large John Deere machines in broadacre cropping applications. No one person is going to get the same from the tag as anyone else. Everyone is going to be tackling different problems and challenges based on what kind of production system they're operating. The tag actually communicates in two different ways. On one hand, it's being very economical and only transmitting routine satellite packets every 3 to 4 hours. But on the other hand, it's able to alert you in real time when you need that information most if something is wrong with an individual animal. We're able to remove all those barriers to entry and adoption. People can simply purchase a small number of tags, apply them to their animals, and without any other hardware, the data will be flowing in under an hour.
The unique technology of Ceres Tag originated back in 2016 and has been deployable commercially. In saying that, how do you plan to protect your IP from potential competitors?
Well, first of all, we exclusively license IP from CSIRO, which gives us a substantial strategic advantage. We also register our own IP through our own IP lawyers, and then that's registered in many countries around the world. Second of all, or third, is trade secrets. We have much trade secrets about how we do things and why we do things. Fourth, there's the hardware. It's not just the hardware that's so remarkable about what we've produced, but it's how the data is recorded and the community in which we share that, and that is very hard to replicate.
Well, you certainly have it all covered, David. Now, what role did CSIRO have in the product development of Ceres Tag? And do you think your initiative to outsource product development has benefited your venture?
With CSIRO, we've had a collaboration agreement and we've formed a very strong partnership in our future development as well. We've also outsourced a lot of what we do, and the reasons why we do the outsourcing is because then we have control over our budget, our timelines, and our deliverables. And because we've done it that way, we've managed to be able to do this world-first development on a relatively small budget comparative to how many other companies would go about it. It's also given us the opportunity to be able to hire the best people for the particular activity in which we need it, giving us, greater impact for the development.
Well, that's fantastic. Now, what would you say were the key drivers in your success in gaining international significance?
Well, we realized that we had a world first, and it was really something special. And once we started telling people about it, we started to get a lot of media attention. And of course, that's like a megaphone and blasted our message out. But there's so many other ways in which you can get to your customers. And I can't speak highly enough about TIQ, Trade and Investment Queensland, and Austrade. But you've got to approach them. You've got to go to them and tell them your story so that they can then use their megaphone and get it out to your customers as well. They do a fantastic job to bring people to you. The entrepreneurs that don't go and approach them often are not utilizing that amazing resource that's at their feet. So any of the entrepreneurs that are out there, go and poke Austrade and Trade and Investment Queensland, and they'll step up and they'll help you. They're a great resource.
Well, I couldn't agree more. Now, for our audience's benefit, what lessons can startups learn from your experience in commercializing your technology?
Certainly, first mover advantage is a big asset, and to be able to access the market before anyone else and get your brand become the standard is a huge advantage. Second of all, stay focused. Having that laser-like focus will hold you in good stead along your whole journey. And there'll be lots of times in which you want to be distracted, but you can't be. But there will be opportunities to expand. So just stay focused, particularly in the early days. Third is, the governments, both the federal government and state governments have huge incentives to help startups, whether it be through accelerators, grants, whatever the case may be. I suggest people use them because they're there to be used and they want you to use them, and they want to be part of your journey. And, I encourage you to bring them along with you and to make advantage of those.
Well, those are some really great insights, David, and I'm sure startups have a lot to look up to. Thanks for joining us on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
To our audience, if you want to stay ahead on the emerging tech in the AgTech sector, then stay tuned weekly across Tomorrow's Tech LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram channels. Want to engage with us? Let us know in the comments below if you know of any homegrown technologies being applied to the AgTech sector of Australia. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next episode of Tomorrow's Tech.
Tomorrow's Tech, presented by 3 Dot Digital.